loves, it's Wilna Celine and welcome back to my channel.
Sing for me, darling, it's been quiet for a day now. Can't bear the silence inside my own head. I keep on hoping somehow we can.
Well, I just came back from the gym. I freshened up, put a little powder on my face, put a little eyeliner on, and I'm going to clean the house. I feel like ever since we came back from New York, we kind of just left our luggage unpacked and everything has just been kind of a mess. I've also been cooking every day, and the kitchen is a mess. And last night we had some company over. Of course, when company's over, you just want to like sit down and relax. So I got to clean the kitchen. I'm going to clean like the room a little bit here and there, and yeah, I want to bring you guys along with me for a clean with me video since I love watching these and I know you guys like watching them too. So let's get right into it. I am going to begin in our bedroom because I want to wash the covers, and meanwhile the covers are in the washer, I can continue and just work on the rest of the house. So the most tedious thing about washing your covers is definitely taking off the duvet cover, if you guys have that. As much as I do love the duvet because I can wash the outside without having to put the whole thing inside of the washer and then potentially ruining my sheets, it's really annoying to get it off and it takes forever. So it's just something that I do not look forward to, but I need to go ahead and wash everything. I'm just going to go to the laundry room and add that in there so we can move on and be productive. Multitasking here. Today I want to do a little bit more of a deeper cleaning, so that means dusting and vacuuming and making sure that everything is nice and put away. So I made these pumpkins by hand, by the way, with a hot tool, and they are plastic pumpkins. I do have a video, a tutorial showing you guys how to do that because it was really fun and cool. So I'll have a link down below where you guys can find it. And I'm just kind of unpacking for Ricardo because it takes him a while for him to unpack when we come back from a trip. So I'm just helping him out just a little bit and putting the rest of the luggage in his closet and just picking things up. If you guys are in the market for a heavy duty vacuum cleaner that's going to do a really good job picking up dirt from thick carpets, this is one that I highly recommend. It is so conveniently easy to use. The only thing that I don't like about it is that it has a cord, but I mean, it's high powered and it's going to last you as long as you need it to, as opposed to a charging vacuum. It has a little motor so that you don't have to struggle to keep pushing it forward, so it's not heavy. It reminds me almost like a lawnmower, how it guides you forward so you don't have to really push it that much. That's what it kind of reminds me of, and it's just so easy. I love the light. It makes it very convenient. It comes apart in several different attachments, so that way you can convert it into like different styles of the vacuum. I'll show you guys as I'm vacuuming throughout the house how it comes apart and like the different attachments, because it's honestly one of the best things ever, and it is from the brand Shark. I'll have a link down below for that too because I love it, Ricardo loves it, and I often get questions about it. Raise your hand if you can't sleep without white noise or a fan. That's Ricardo and I. We cannot sleep. No matter how cold it is, we can never sleep without a fan. Even when we travel and we stay at a hotel, we have to make sure that the fan is on, or I will go ahead and play white noise on my phone, whether it's like rain or something, because I just can't sleep without it. Plus it keeps us cool, and I have to sleep when it's cold in the room. I am not like a warm sleeper, so I make sure that I'm always cool and there's white noise. Alright, let's head on over downstairs, and I like this view from the living room. I thought it was really cool. Keeps the camera out of the way when I am just working in this area, and it gives you a different perspective. I don't know why I thought this was so cool. I really liked it, and I'm like, I should do this more often. Let me know if you guys like the different scene. So I'm just gonna go ahead and bring that vacuum downstairs as well and use it. It's so easy to use. I really love that motor technique. I've never seen that feature on like any other vacuum where like it actually like pulls you forward so that you don't have to push it all the time. I don't know why I thought that was so cool. But I'm just gonna go ahead and show you guys how it comes apart out of the roller, so that way you can actually pick it up if you need to vacuum your stairs, or if you need to vacuum the couches like I have here. I'm just getting rid of any dog hair because our dogs are welcome if they are allowed up. Sometimes they're not. They're actually quite good listeners. So just, you know, keeping up with that. This time I may have one too many pillows. I will say that because we took them off the couch because we had guests and they couldn't sit. So we had to take them off. But they're just so pretty, I can't help it. I love decorative pillows. Ricardo makes fun of me all the time, but he loves them too secretly. Alright, so now I'm going to mop, and I want to get in every single corner. So I usually just pick up everything off the floor, and that includes our linens, like the curtains or any wires that are on the ground. It just makes things a lot easier. Now, if you have hardwood floors, the number one thing that I would recommend is the Dyson, because you don't have to sweep. I feel like sweeping just kind of spreads around dust more than it does picking it up, because it's really hard to pick up dust when you are sweeping. So this I do recommend. I love that it's cordless. It's super easy and simple, and it doesn't take up much power to suction in the dirt because it's not like on a carpet. I do notice that when I use this on a carpet that the battery dies out a lot faster, but if you have just, you know, no carpet, this is the one that I recommend. And poor little Coco got scared of the vacuum, so he ran off. And I'm also just quickly vacuuming the stairs, which it died really quick after that, so I couldn't even finish them, but that's okay. A cleaning tip that I picked up from a cleaning company was that you want to make sure that your solution and the water that you use to mop is warm, because it's going to pick up residue a lot better and it's just going to clean it thoroughly a lot more. So that's what I do. In this designated measuring cup, I just put in whatever was left over in here from the last time before, and then I'll add warm water to it, and then sometimes I just add a little bit more solution on there, so that way it really gets into the floors and cleans everything up. I really like the mop that I'm using because you can add your own solution to it, and then also you have replaceable pads that you add on there yourself, and then afterwards you could just toss it in the washer. So that's what I did. I have two of them, so I used one for the living room and one for the kitchen just because we have such a large area to cover, but you could usually just get away with one. I just make sure that I don't spread around too much of whatever I am mopping up, so that's why I like using two different ones. But they come in handy and they're really inexpensive, and I found mine, I want to say at Target, and I've seen them at like Myers, I've seen them at Walmart, so they're a pretty popular brand.
In my bed 5 to 12, wish I could sleep. Dream about all the ways you could reach me, but now you keep missing out on me, that's for sure. Take down your walls and let me ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah, brick by brick, now let me ooh, ooh, ooh. I wanna be right there by your side. I wanna be there, won't you be mine? Take down your walls and let me, yeah, brick by brick, now let me.
Since we covered the living room area, I'm going to take a break, and then I'll go ahead and sweep and mop the kitchen, because I've noticed that I get really exhausted if I do it all at once, even though I always do it, but I'm like, you know what, let me just take a quick break and take care of another room. In this room, we still haven't furnished it, so I did use this as a background since it's white for a video. And so I was filming in here. I got to put all of this away, and then we have some PR packages and just like other stuff that needs to go upstairs. I just mopped the hallway, so I just left this area right here. It's still drying. Meanwhile, we're going to clean this room right here and then move on to the kitchen. Depending on what I'm filming, I don't always use these lights, but I have had them, I want to say, for about 4 or 5 years now, and I haven't had to replace any of the light bulbs. I haven't had to replace any of parts or anything from these lights, and I'm kind of rough with them. Like, I do store them out of place, but I kind of just like bring them up and down the stairs. They've moved with me since I lived in the other house, and they're just really great, so I highly recommend them. They're really inexpensive compared to like other lights that I have seen online, and they're great. They come in a set of like 3 or 4, and then they also have like a backdrop, and it's been great. So I'll have them linked down below in case you guys are interested in that, so that you guys can have some really good lights because they've lasted for a really long time. This pile over here just always happens. I just have to keep up with it, and honestly, since we were traveling, we were in New York, I neglected this, and then my dad will come and check on the house every day and help bring in the mail, and he will stack them up here for us, so that way when we come home we could just check everything. So it's nice because otherwise all these would be out in the front porch and people would know that we're gone. And then Ricardo's mom takes Coco and Ginger, and she'll take care of them. She loves taking care of our dogs. I think it's so cute. It's a little vacation for them, and it's adorable. So it all goes well when we travel.
We can pretend that time is still, stay in the daydream, chase the thrill, make up the way as we go, live for the moment, lose control, rent a car you can't afford, put on a song that we both know, let your hair out in the wind, put the pedal to the floor, flame your light and take a smoke, put your broken rib off.
Now that the space is clear, I'm going to quickly vacuum in here and then also bring in the mop so that we can just get it over with. And we still haven't had it furnished because I'm just really picky, to be honest, and I'm not in a rush because this room is a formal living room, and I'm like, who needs 2 living rooms? I don't know, but we don't want it to look empty anymore. So ever since we did paint it and put the wainscoting and all of that, I just want to make sure that whatever is in here, it's something that's functional, that we're actually going to get a good use out of it. And that is why we're still kind of debating on what to put in this room, but it will get furnished soon. Hopefully that is my goal by the end of the year. All right, so now bringing everything back, now that the floors are dry, and it just feels so different when you have mop floors. It's a whole vibe, like it's a whole different mood, it's a whole different atmosphere, and it feels good. Let's tidy up the kitchen because soon I will be making dinner, and I just cannot cook in a place that's messy. So I want to make sure that the counters are clear and that it's a nice clean space that I can work on, because even when it comes to being creative and I'm in my office, if it's messy, I just can't concentrate and I feel a little anxious. So I gotta make sure that all the counters are nice and clear before I begin.
Keep on driving and driving.
These are the dishes that we washed last night, so I'm quickly going to put those away. And by the way, I have left this drawer to be the designated container or Tupperware storage, and it has worked out tremendously well because I could see everything. Everything is kind of organized a little bit better, and I don't have to stress about finding the lid to like every single top because that drives me nuts. One time I got rid of all Tupperware, whether it was like good or not, and I just bought all brand new Tupperware because I couldn't find the lids to anything, and that drove me nuts. I'm like, I'm not gonna let that happen again. And the rest of the dishes that we used for breakfast and lunch is super quick and easy to just like put away into the washer. That way I can load it up tonight after dinner and start it. I think I had on Friends. That's why you guys see me smiling here, because I forgot what episode this was. But usually I have the TV on for my dogs so they're not barking like crazy. They have to hear some kind of noise, otherwise they'll go nuts. I picked up this new cleaner, which really caught my eye because I've actually used like their beauty products before, whether it's like their shampoo, their hair conditioner, and like even the deodorant, and they came out with cleaning products. They smell amazing. By the way, Ricardo absolutely loved it. He's like, what did you spray? It smells so good, and it does a pretty good job at cleaning our counters. So I really liked it, and the smell that I picked up was lemon, and it smells incredible. It is the kitchen's turn to get swept or vacuumed and mopped, and as you can tell, I do have the other cleaning pad for the mop on top of the table, so that way I don't forget to change it out. When I step out with the doormats, it's because I go ahead and beat them outside so I can get rid of whatever was on there, and then I will bring it back in once I'm done.
Keep on driving and driving along the road tonight. Lost my head over my back between the jars and bottle jack. Just me and all the red lights. Keep on driving and driving.
I am done with the kitchen. I want to head upstairs and I want to show you guys putting back the linens on, and before I put them on, I'm going to lay this Form mattress topper on top of our mattress. I was actually at one of our friend's house and I sat down on her bed, and it was the most comfortable bed I've ever been on, and I was asking her what kind of mattress she had, and she said that she actually picked up one of these toppers that you can add onto any mattress, and it's just a foam. So what I decided to do is I went to Target immediately. I found it. It was really expensive in my opinion, but I feel like our mattress is just kind of sinking in from us laying on it so much that my back was starting to hurt. So I was like, instead of replacing it with a brand new mattress, I'm going to try this out and see if it works. And then if it doesn't work, I can either return it and buy a brand new mattress, but I was trying to avoid doing that. It was really heavy, but it was pretty cool. I love seeing it expand. That was really fun. And it did have a really strong chemical smell, which went away immediately, like after opening it and kind of like airing it out. But I was a little concerned about that. I'm like, how am I supposed to sleep with this chemical smell? But it went away. And then afterwards, I noticed that it has improved our sleeping. Ricardo snores, and he actually does not snore as loud with this on, which is so crazy because I felt like it evened out the mattress, because I felt like there were dips where our bodies have been laying on for several years now. The only downside about it is that I have noticed that I am a lot more warm at night, to the point where I have to take off the covers off my body because it gets really hot, and I think it has to do with the foam. And therefore, I recently placed an order on Amazon for satin silky sheets. That way it'll keep me cool at night, because I have noticed that I get really, really hot. I would love to know if it has made a difference for you guys if you have satin sheets as opposed to cotton sheets, because I have noticed that a lot of people say that it's good for beauty sleep, and that it's good like overall for hygiene and just like so many other different benefits. But I want to know if that's actually a myth or if it's true, if it does work, and also where have you purchased yours from? Are they expensive? Or like, how do you take care of them? Because sometimes if you have silk, it's dry clean only. So let me know your recommendations, where you purchase them, and that will totally help me out.
Something, get it right. Gonna keep on running.
that is all the cleaning that I'm going to be doing, and that is all for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please give it a big thumbs up if you did, because if you're this far into the video, that means that you sat through the whole thing. And don't forget to subscribe so you guys are aware of when I upload a new video, and I'll talk to you guys next time, which is besos. Mwah.